Welcome to Gone Mud Gaming. Today, we're going to show you how to start off with Farm Sim 25. Whether you're new to the game, whether you've played in the past, it doesn't really matter. We're going to show you how to start off with this. So, first things first, we're going to go into Career, and we're going to pick an empty slot. Riverbend Springs is the base map, I guess you would say, for Farm Sim. We're going to start with New Farmer preset. We're also going to max out our money. Because why not? You're learning how to play. So the most important thing is learning how to play. And then if you want to do zero to hero, or you just want to have fun, or whatever the case may be, just start with $1,000,000. Economic difficulty easy. You do want to start farm. I suggest you do the guided intro tour your first time, but we're going to turn that off for this. I have a bunch of mods, but we're just going to leave them off for this tutorial. We're going to hit start. I'm going to wait for the shaders to compile. It's done. We're going to hit start. I've already made my guy. Yes, I'm a Case IH fan. It's like anything else. You may have a preference, you may not. And here we are on our start farm in Riverbend Springs. So, if we hit escape on PC or start, it'll bring you to the map. In this map, we own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have a cow pasture. Starting off, it's not the best place for cattle, but it's not the worst. We'll talk about that later. We also start with a silo to hold our grain. If we zoom in, we also do have beehives that will produce in our pallet location that we can then sell at our small farmer kiosk. Walter is also here. He'll give you some information, but he's just an NPC. And we have our farmhouse where you can sleep, change your physical appearance, things like that. We also do start with the MF 8570 Combine, as well as a John Deere and a Challenger, along with a couple other implements in our farm, including a trailer. So, easiest way, we're going to look here. Now, I believe that 2 has already been harvested. We can see that over here. Yes, so it's showing harvested, which means it needs plowed. Okay, ready to harvest. Both 3 and 5 are ready to harvest. And 4 is fallow, which means there's nothing planted in it. If we go to our calendar, our crop calendar, if you have seasons on, it'll tell you when you can plant in green and when you can harvest, depending on when you planted. If you planted in August, you can probably harvest in July. If you planted in September, for example, on canola, you can probably harvest in August, right? Depending on when you plant carrots, depends on when you can harvest them. So, we do have our cultivator. The first things first, let's go over some settings here, okay? We're going to go over settings. So you can change your autosave, you can change your time scale. If you're starting out, easy is the way to go. Some people like traffic, some people don't like traffic. I personally like traffic. It makes for an interesting time, okay? We have seasonal growth on. You can turn that off. Lets you plant anything at any point, but we're going to leave that on. Days per month, 1 day per month, I think is the best way to do it, especially if you slow down time, because it allows you to progress further, right? Most of the things in the game are based on the month, so having 30 days in a month isn't going to do any good in this game. I turn snow off. I don't want to plow it. crop destruction, off. You're learning how to play the game, even though I know how to play the game. Crop destruction can ruin you. I don't like field stones. I personally do like putting lime on fields, which helps keep your yield high by changing the acidity or alkalinity of your soil. Weeds, I personally leave on. You can turn those off. They will affect your yield if you have too many weeds in your field. Disaster destruction, just for the beginning, I would turn it off. It can really cause havoc. Dirt, do what you want. Automatic engine start, stop and go, trailer fill limit, fuel usage. In the beginning, I would turn that to low. I've had many people on stream or whatever ask me, why do I have money coming out of my account, like $1 a second? And the simple answer is AI workers. It's a little messed up in this game. You can fill a planter or a fertilizer or anything with seed or fertilizer. Sometimes when you hire the AI, especially in the beginning, it won't use what you filled unless you're doing a contract, or sometimes with a contract it doesn't use it either, and they will purchase it. So that's why you're losing. So I turn off, 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 off. Those are the basics, okay? So, we have our Challenger with our little cultivator on it. It's got knives in the front and drag harrows in the back. So we know that this field in the middle is fallow. It was plowed, but usually it's best to cultivate before. So we're going to show you this. So on PC, if you hold H for hotel, I don't know what it is on console, but it'll pop up your AI settings. So it'll show you up in the top left, activate AI worker mode, AI worker, hold H. So in this case, if we wanted the lines that come with, like there's auto steer now in the base game of Farm Sim 25. This is what this would be. And you would hit H again, or whatever your console is, and it would follow that. Okay. In this case, I want to focus on harvesting the wheat that's next to us, so we're going to hire this out. Okay, AI workers can make you money, especially on contracts, but in this case, we're still going to hire him out. He's going to want to start on headlands, or on the up and down. You can change that to headland if you prefer to do that, but so we're going to just pull the tractor in the field and then hit H hotel to activate the AI worker. So he's going to pull where he needs to go to start. Now this has too many headlands. Don't ask me why. This is just the way this field looks. And he's going to do a whole bunch of backing up. He's going to drop, and he's going to cultivate to prepare for sowing seed. Now if we look at our calendar, right now we could plant canola if you have seasons on. If you don't have seasons on, you don't have to worry about this. You can plant anything at any time and just wait for it to be ready to harvest. If you have seasons on, each crop has its own seasons. Like oats can only be planted in March and April, harvested in July and August. That's what the orange is. Oilseed radish is just a cover crop. Okay, it can add nitrogen if you have certain mods on. Otherwise, it's just a cover crop. You can't actually harvest it, you just plow it under. Okay, so here in August, the only things that we can plant are oilseed radish, which we don't want to do. Grass, we may want to do grass for our cattle, or canola, which may be what we end up planting. So he's going to do that. We're going to tab over. We're going to find our next tractor. And look, we have a Massey Ferguson combine. So the header cart is attached. We could detach it, but we're going to attach it. Okay. If we look at our map, we have growth, right? We know these two fields are ready to harvest, and we can see that he is cultivating currently. This is also harvested, so this will need cultivated as well. You can turn off periodic plowing. That's here. I think it starts off. In real life, we only plow generally in the Midwest if we're going to change the direction of our field. So, I don't like plowing. So, we are going to hold this out. We're going to detach from the header cart and then turn around and grab that header. Okay. Now this header is going to be good for soybeans, wheat, oats, things like that. Obviously not for things that are in true rows like corn. We're going to hook up. We are going to unfold. You have to unfold harvesters. It's just the way it is. We're going to turn on. We're going to drop. And we're going to open this field. And we're going to start collecting canola in this case. Right? If we hold H on PC, we can go to steering assist. There's many things you can do. Okay, so there's a number of headlands too. We could make that one, and it'll change how our steering assist, our GPS works. 2 is usually the best, or whatever the auto is. You can adjust the working width, but that's only going to come into play when you have mods or things like that that have higher width than what the actual header is. So in this case, I want him to automatically start harvesting. Okay, we're going to hire the AI to harvest. And we are going to tell him start on the headlands. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to hit activate AI worker, which on PC is H hotel. And we're going to hit it. He's going to do some weird things, and eventually he will get going. Don't be afraid to hire the AI in the beginning. So you can do other things. So he's there. He's going. Okay. So he's still cultivating, and we have this tractor. Now I know over here we have a grain cart in this shed. We are going to back up to it. Attach tool. We're going to prepare to unload the semi now, or the combine. Now when the combine is unloaded, we're going to bring it over to here and dump in here. So this is a big thing about making money in the beginning. You could automatically sell your grain, right? We are harvesting canola right now. Now you can see on this line that canola, the price is coming up, but there's a major difference. There's a $700 difference if we store it until December or sell it now. These are all the places that you can sell it, but it would be best if in August you store your canola until December to sell it at $700 more per 1,000 liters. Okay, so this is where we're going to end up storing it. Now, part of the reason we have crop destruction off is because of this. He's going to do the headlands, and we can drive over this, and it's not going to hurt it. Okay. So while you have AI working your field, like combining, we can pull alongside it with our little grain cart here. We're gonna wait for him to go up. He's just cutting a little bit in. Now, he put out his pipe to unload on us. We're not ready to unload. We're going to try to catch up with him as he goes north. He's going to put his auger out. And we can just simply pull our grain cart under. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's going to look like you're spilling here. You're not actually spilling. The game gives you a little forgiveness. So we're just going to try to stay alongside of him. Do this and just get this canola as he harvests. Now he's not anywhere near full, but we're going to do this and I'm just going to show you what you're going to do with it. Okay, so he has emptied on us. We're going to get out of his way. We do have cows in our pasture. Like I said, the pasture is not the optimal necessarily way to take care of cattle. We'll talk about cattle in a whole different series eventually, but we are going to pull this canola over here. We're going to pull up to our little silo. We're going to wait till we get that dumped canola. We're going to hit I. It's going to tilt back and it's going to dump. Okay, so these are the basics of starting your farm, especially if you are brand new to Farming Simulator. Okay, he's still cultivating. Eventually, we would want to send him over to field 2 to get ready to cultivate this and get it ready for planting. Now, we should have a planter in here, and we do. There's our planter, and there is a bag of seeds right there. So they try to set you up for the best. So we're going to pull forward, and you'll notice in the top left it's going to say refill seeder. R on PC. We're going to fill with seed. Now it says wheat in the bottom right hand corner. Right? We absolutely do not need to plant wheat, and you can change what type of seed. So right now we're going to go into the calendar. We're going to see that we can plant canola, we can plant grass, we can plant oilseed radish, we can plant poplar. Not with this planter, but we could plant poplar. We cannot plant wheat yet. If we go up to this field and try to plant wheat, right, wheat is selected, and we're going to go here. This crop cannot be planted in August. Correct. Okay. But if we look here, let's say we wanted to plant canola. If we hit Y on PC, we're going to turn off the seeder, and it'll show you select seed, wheat. We're going to cycle through to canola. Now we could start planting canola here. So we're going to do steering assist. It's roughly the same pattern that the cultivator's going. He's doing headlands now. So we could absolutely come in here, like right here. We know he's going to plow that. Cultivate would be correct, but we're going to turn on our seeder. We're going to lower it. We're going to hit H to make that green, and it will auto steer. And now we are planting canola in this field. The reason we skipped a line is because I know he's going to cultivate down this line. If we plant it and he cultivates after, it will absolutely wipe out our seed. So we're going to stop right at the end of that green, lift our seeder, then come back around. We are going to activate auto steer, and drop about the same that we started and go forward. So these are your planting, cultivating, harvesting. He will eventually fill up and he will stop as AI and wait for you to unload him with the wagon. So the nice thing about this game, it definitely gives you everything you need to start on a basic level. He's going to end up cultivating that under. That's just the way it is. You can see by the lines. That's what he's going to do. So we're going to have to replant some of this, but having a cultivator and a seeder or planter in the same field at the same time is not unheard of, especially in real life. So this is where you're going to start. Now, one thing you don't start with in the game is a spreader, as far as I know. We can actually look at that here shortly. We're going to stop here. We are going to go all the way down to prices, except for we're going to go over to vehicles. Okay, so we have the Challenger. It's currently being run by AI Worker G. We do have our little wagon. We have our planter. We've got the John Deere. We've got the John Deere cultivator, which is being run behind the Challenger, I believe. We've got the Massey Ferguson with just a header that can do wheat, oats, barley, canola, soybeans, sorghum, and I think that's wild rice, and the trailer that it goes on. One thing about the trailer, you need to make sure you're on the low side of the trailer when you go to load it. Probably show that in another video, but this is basically what you need. Now, if we wanted to spread lime, we would go to the store. You can always check and see what's on sale, but we would need a fertilizer spreader. Now, this fertilizer spreader only spreads dry fertilizer. Same with this one. If we go here, this one can spread fertilizer and lime. And there actually is a lime station nearby the start farm. It is right here. Okay, this green right here. Lime does improve your yield, as well as fertilizer improving your yield. On base game, you need to spread fertilizer twice during the growing of the crop to get the max yield. Okay, if we click on this, I thought it would show it. There it went. Yield bonus is plus 37% currently. It was planted before you started this game, so you get some crops that you can put in to your silo to start off well. On a different video, we'll talk about care of animals, but these are the basics. If you buy anything on Riverbend Springs, they're going to pop up here at the vehicle shop. We can just click and visit. If we wanted to buy something, like if we wanted to buy this fertilizer spreader, you can customize so much in this game, okay? So always look up here. We can put the max extension on, the big extension. That took it from 9,000 liters to 14,000 liters. We can change the wheel setup. We can even put the 6-meter spreading discs on. And if we bought that, yes, because we have $1 million, it will pop up right here. You obviously need to bring it home with a tractor, fill it with the appropriate thing, whether you're spreading fertilizer or lime. Since we bought one that's dual purpose, that's what we want to do. I generally buy things, it may cost a little more, but if it does multiple things, I'm good with that. So these are the basics of starting off your farm on Riverbend Springs. Okay, we can enter this vehicle. See how he's doing. He is still harvesting. we have finished cultivating, so we could take the Challenger here. Real quick. Drop our cultivator. Now, this tractor is probably a little overkill for this tiny grain cart, wagon, whatever you want to call it. We're going to connect to it. We're going to wait for Homeboy to turn. And the AI in this game does not do it based on real life, right? In real life, he would be cutting what we call lands. But if we pull up next to him, because we have crop destruction off, we can drive through it, and we're going to just stay alongside him with the grain cart or eventually auger wagon. Let him unload until we are full-ish. Then go take that to the silo, right? Now, if we wanted to sell this immediately, we could. We said, oh, I really need money right now, right? We're going to go to prices, and we're going to look at canola, right? We have some in storage. All it's going to show is in storage. The best price right now is most certainly Grain Barge Terminal 2. We can hit tag place, and when we look on our map, right, it's going to tag Grain Barge Terminal 2, which is right here. Okay, so if we wanted to sell this right away, it's a decent price right now. Okay, 16. So at 16.94. Yeah, we're short of the 21.88, but maybe we need the money now. We're absolutely going to come over here and deliver it. I'll show you that real quick, and then that will be the end of the starting video. Do have to be careful. You can get caught in trees, things like that in this game. But, yep, see? Just hit a tiny little bush. A little difficult to see. Oh look, a school bus. We're gonna honk. We're gonna give the kids what they want. We're gonna come over here. This is a weird little interchange for Grain Barge Terminal 2. We're gonna turn here. We're gonna go down. Below that stop sign, no cop, no stop. And we are gonna pull over this. Okay. Now you see the little dump symbol right there? That's what we want. And when it pops up in the bottom, we're gonna hit I on PC. We're gonna start dumping, and you're gonna see our money start going up because we are selling that grain. Or maybe berries. I don't know if canola is a grain or berry, but nonetheless, we just made $7,400 in just a little bit of harvest. Now, I will say, absolutely one of the best ways to learn the tractor's implements, what is needed for every single type of task in FarmSim, is through contracts. Okay, so bale wrapping. If I were to borrow these items, it would give me that and that, and that is something I need to bale wrap. Now, if I go to the other bale wrapping, it gives me a tractor and a different wrapper. You can borrow these items, okay? If you don't have them to do the contracts, or if you have them, you can hit accept contract and do it with your own. Deadwood has that thing, fertilizing. But if we go to a different fertilizer, there's a box one. Back to that. Harvesting it tells you what you need. So for canola, we need that type of header. We can also rent from the store for very cheap the tractor and the wagon. Okay, for canola, same thing. Oat, same thing, just different tractors. For hoeing, it'll show you a tractor plus the hoe. Rock removal, it'll show you what you need. Spraying, if we wanted a small sprayer, this is what we'd use. If we have big farmland, this is what we'd use. Weeding, we can use that weeder, or we can use that one. Wood transport, there's our transport truck. So contracts are absolutely a great way to make money and a great way to learn what types of equipment you need to do different types of farming, forestry, etc. So if you're like, man, I really want to learn how to weed. All right, take a weeding contract, borrow the items. Like if we took this, we're going to borrow the items, and we're going to tab over until we end up here. So this is a weeder. We're going to connect to this. And if we unfold it, that would be how we would get rid of weeds on the contract and our own farm. Now, a note, you cannot use a contracted tractor on your own fields. But if, let's say, this was the biggest weeder available, and there are 2 weeding contracts, right? Or it's the same. Could be the exact same. It cost me $400 to lease this tractor and weeder. But if I don't collect this, if I complete this contract and do all of that, I can then, and this is a little bit of a cheese, but not terribly, accept this contract. As long as I haven't finished this contract, okay, I can accept the next weeding contract, just hit accept, okay, and use that equipment. So instead of spending $800, $400 for the one I'm doing and $400 for this one, I can use contracted equipment on other contracts without paying another lease cost. So that's just a quick tip. Do with that what you will. Some people think it's a cheese, other people think it's genius. I'm going to leave that decision up to you. But this is the basics of starting a farm on Riverbend Springs in Farm Sim 25. This has been Gone Mud and Gaming. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Click the like button, click the follow button for more detailed tutorials. And I hope to see you soon on Kick, Twitch, or YouTube. Gone Mud and Gaming, out.